Left of the box. There's rarely ever like good news when it comes to higher right check, but this is just kind of like, yeah, no, this she deserves this. Libs of TikTok founder Haya Rychek added to hate watch list as an anti-LGBTQ extremist.
I don't know a lot about her, but I would imagine that she's going to wear it as a badge of honor, meaning
Yeah.
if I am put on this watch list, it means I'm doing something good. Or they're trying to silence and censor me, but I will not be those, like something like that. So go ahead. I'm sorry.
It actually has the extremist info, her born year, 1995. So how old would that make her?
Wait, I'm sorry. What year?
1995.
Oh, gosh, she's young. She's like 28.
Well, the thing is that she comes across as a 35-year-old with the personality of a 15-year-old.
I'm going to say I don't know much about her, but I have heard that she feels like queer and trans communities are like a cult, something like a teenager would say, or an inexperienced person would say, which teenagers are inexperienced. So yes, yeah. So I'm sorry. When you first said the year, I'm like, there's no way she's in her 20s. Like, there's no way. No. Yeah, she depending on when her birthday is, she's 28 or 29. So
Yeah. Well, there was that interview that she did with Taylor Lorenz, and in
yeah.
it I mocked her, and it's like the thing is that before I watched it, I kind of did a character voice of, you know, somebody who is like over the top, like, oh my god, I can't believe, like, it's all about the truth. Like, that is what I'm in here for. I'm in here for the truth. And I'm trying to do like this over the top character. I don't do impressions, I do over the top characters. And then when I saw her, I'm like, oh my god, it's the same. Like, here I am trying to be like over the top caricature of this type of person, but she was exactly that. And I'm like, I'm okay.
So I watched her when I was still doing my freelance work for the previous company. I watched her interview with Tucker Carlson. Um, and so by the time the debate or interview with Taylor came, I was less interested because I was like, well, here's what's going to happen on Twitter. People are going to chop it up and say, oh, Taylor dominated her because she said this thing and clip it up. But then the other side is going to say, oh, got her when it comes to Chaya because some, I don't know, 15-second clip. So I was like, I'm not even interested in this time. But from a little bit I know, yeah, it's not like she's impressive or smart or cunning or witty or intelligent or anything like that. Congrats on the success for being so young, though. I'll tell her that much.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Oh, like, she is spectacularly uninteresting. If it was just,
Oh,
if she didn't have this platform, if she didn't have this reach, if she didn't find this one gimmick, there's nothing about her that's interesting. She's so, like, she can't think critically at all. She's so vapid in everything she does, and she sounds like and has the personality of a teenager, but from what I've heard, is she grew up in a very strict religious cult and wasn't really exposed to much outside. So it's like, that would explain it.
I would just, when people are said to have being raised in that way, I just would like to know their biblical doctrine and where they can get some of their stuff from. That's all.
Mhm.
I would like to see. I want her to point to me where she gets some of the, if she still prescribes to be Christian, by the way. I don't know
Mhm.
if she does or does not,
No, I
but
believe she's Jewish.
she's Jewish. Okay, I can say. That's
Yeah.
even more. Oh,
Yeah,
well, okay, well,
because she talks a lot about replacement theory and all that sort of stuff, but she's Jewish.
oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, okay, well, she's Jew. Oh, well, then from the perspective of the Torah, I would like to know where she would get some of her backing as far as like any spiritual or religious text that says that she will claim that she's living her life based off of. I would like to know. Just point here. Like, where'd you get that from?
Yeah.
I would very much like to see.
Let's just read a little bit from this article. Leading civil rights organizations, the Southern Poverty Law Center has added Libs of TikTok founder Haya Rychik to their hate watch list, describing her as an anti-LGBTQ plus extremist. The Libs of TikTok X account, which frequently posts anti-LGBTQ plus content, has been linked with bomb threats towards U.S. schools, according to an investigation by Vice, who uncovered that at least 11 schools or districts that had been featured on her Libs of TikTok had received bomb threats less than 1 week later, including the same one that she's now working on, the same school district in Oklahoma that she's working on. She had sent bomb threats there. And I'm thinking, so that's how you get a job these days? You send in bomb threats and be like, hire me? But also during that talk with Taylor Lorenz, it's like she also pulled up a picture of a blowjob on her phone to show Taylor, like, look, it's a picture of a blowjob.
On her phone.
Yeah.
Oh.
I think she was talking about one of the books, but she just happened to have that picture on the phone and she was showing it to Taylor, like, she didn't think Taylor knew what this was. That is the vibe that I got from her. Like, she was sharing this information on what this is.
It's like when Jordan Peterson came out one day on Twitter and said, look, here's proof that there are tweets containing porn. It's like, hey, dog, are you on Twitter looking for porn? If that's how, look, okay, if that's how they want to expose some seedy underground whatever, then okay, but it's not coming off great over here.
So the account has become infamous for pushing conspiracy theories and misinformation about the LGBTQ plus community, particularly LGBTQ plus minors. Its tweets have also been accused of sparking right-wing hate and harassment campaigns against teachers, media professionals, schools, and even White House staff. The Southern Poverty Law Center's listing for Rychek reads, Haya Rychek is the founder of the social media account Libs of TikTok, who have helped revive in right-wing propaganda the anti-LGBTQ plus groomer slur, which implies that all LGBTQ plus people are pedophiles. She spreads the anti-LGBTQ plus conspiracy theory that groomers have infiltrated every social institution with the intent of sexualizing children. Her reign of terror must come to an end. Many people took to X to voice their support for the SPLC's decision to add her to their extremist watch list. LGBTQ plus legislative researcher and activist Ellison Chapman tweeted about the watch list and described Rychek's activity as a reign of terror. Her replies were immediately spammed with messages from Rychek supporters, with many celebrating the listing and even describing it as a badge of honor. And that goes to your point.
Yep, saw it coming.
Yeah. Like, I don't think this will hurt. Like, I don't think she understands it well enough to know what this means towards her. Like, she'll just wear it as a badge of honor. But this is the type of thing, when you start building all of this together, that can really start to make a case against Haya should the day come that somebody charges her with defamation.
I can say, because I started off with saying, like, I don't know very much about her, and I don't, but if there's three things I know about her, it's the interview with Tucker, the interview with Taylor, and the fact that she was spotted January 6th near the Capitol. None of these things are gonna, like, honestly, I want to be as optimistic and positive as possible, but with a platform like hers, none of these things are gonna bring her down. Like, what's gonna stop her? Like, she said something wrong or stupid? Okay, that's nothing to her. So yeah, like I said in the opening, this is going to be a badge of honor for her. She's her standing on social media isn't built on something like intelligence or anything like that, or fact checking. So she'll be fine.
Well, I get the feeling something like this in the long run will come around to bite her again, because it is the whole leopard eating your face thing.
Oh yeah, she's gonna have to get sued into oblivion in order for something to impact her. But like,
well, there's that.
Which, I mean,
there's also the fact that she's Jewish and trying to spread the whole replacement theory thing. You know. which is anti-Semitic in its origin. Um, and I get the feeling, there's going to be a time when stuff about her becomes public that she would want to keep private, but just given the nature of who she is, she's not going to be able to keep a lid on it. And
Like
that will
a
happen.
yeah, like dressing in drag at some point in her life,
A
or
video or text exchanges between somebody, like, there are skeletons in her closet, and her day will come, and people will not be kind, both on the left and on the right.
yeah. Well, yeah, that's kind of like you said, the leopards eating faces thing.
Mm-hmm.
It will be a thing.
Yeah.
So, I mean, look, I'm sure there's a person or three who's waiting for my demise, whatever that might be. So,
Mm-hmm. Well, hopefully that day will come in, what, 80 years? I don't math.